We are going to make America great again, greater than ever before. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
President-elect Donald Trump will be sworn into office today. We're tracking all the happenings this morning. Plus, Jacksonville police investigating a homicide right now. 3 suspects are on the loose, how police are describing them, and what they're reportedly driving. And a young woman loses her foot to cancer, but that's not stopping her. Now she's internet famous. We'll show you why at 6:24.
From the station that's on your side, this is Channel 7 News Daybreak.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Here is a live look at the White House on this Inauguration Day morning. The time now is 6 o'clock. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak.
Lots of festivities planned throughout the day. We'll have all of that coverage coming up. But you need to check out the local forecast. Rain expected in Washington, D.C. later today. But none for us, which is exciting because it feels like it's been raining for quite some time.
It seems like it's been 40 days and 40 nights,
right?
Doesn't it? Yeah, but we get at least a whole day and most of tomorrow dry. So there you go. We are going to talk about rain that comes in over the weekend, and I've been looking at some of the overnight information on some chances of strong to severe storms over the weekend. I'll have the latest on that coming up for you in just a little bit. Part of the state under not only a slight but even an enhanced risk. So we'll talk about that and what to look for. But in the meantime, look for dry streets out there this morning. Could be a little fog, and that could mean a little bit of mist. You've always got the chance of that, but haven't seen much of that. And the fog hasn't been as bad as it was yesterday as far as the visibility goes. Plus, we got a little south wind coming in. It's going to mix that up a little bit. Temperatures in the 50s, a few 40s far north and far west. So I'd say a light jacket when you head out the door is going to be fine because you won't need that all day. Look at this high. 68 degrees. We warm up nicely. Little sun comes out later. Coming up, though, we'll talk about that next round of rain and a chance of storms over your weekend in just a moment. Chris?
Linda, thank you. Let's take a look at our Crane Automotive Team traffic report this morning. As you take a look at our map here, you can see a lot of green out on the roads. It's not like anything is going to slow you down this early in the morning, and no wet streets out there this morning, which is good news for morning commuters who have gone through enough rain this week on their morning commute and seen a lot of accidents and a lot of delays because of it. Not right now. Here's a live look at a couple of our sky cams. Main Street Bridge showing just 1 or 2 cars making their way over at this time. Hey, really light volume right now on 630 east and westbound next to Arkansas Children's Hospital. And finally, look at the Big Rock Interchange. If you look on the left-hand side of your screen, 430 northbound is where we're seeing more of the volume, about a moderate level up there next to Rodney Perham and Cantrell. But as you can see there, the spacing at the Big Rock Interchange is great right now. So if you have to go through it, you should have a pretty easy commute at this time. We'll keep you updated on your traffic throughout the morning right here on Channel 7. Now we get to your news, and Donald Trump becomes the 45th president of the United States today.
Hundreds of thousands of people descend on Washington to mark the occasion, some with jubilance, others in protest. ABC's Lana Zach is there on Capitol Hill with the latest.
Good morning. In just a few short hours, Donald J. Trump will stand at the podium behind me and swear an oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. And with those sacred words, he will become the leader of the free world. One chapter of history closes today as a new one opens to the Donald Trump era. Mr. Trump will be the first to ascend to the presidency without having ever served in public office or in the military before. Last night, with the Lincoln Memorial as his backdrop, he thanked those who fueled his outsider campaign.
You're going to cheer me on, but I'm going to be cheering you on because what we've done is so special.
It is an emotional time.
This is a bittersweet moment for us. For all that is before us, I have to tell you, words cannot describe the honor and the gratitude we feel.
But we are a divided nation. Amid the celebration, protests. From Washington,
I need to be here and fight against that rhetoric and fight against that mindset.
And across the country.
Roe v. Wade is here to stay.
In a tradition nearly 200 years old, President Obama and President-elect Trump will ride together on the road behind me from the White House to the Capitol in a show of solidarity that honors American democracy. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Thank you, Lana. Good Morning America is going to have continued coverage on the inauguration right after daybreak this morning.
Channel 7's Elizabeth Armstrong is standing by in our live news center with today's schedule of events and what's going on right now. Elizabeth, good morning.
Good morning, Allison and Chris. People are lining up outside the security checkpoint gates for the inauguration. We have a tweet from a reporter at our sister station, WJLA, this morning. He's mentioning there are some problems happening now. Law enforcement says proper staff are not in place to open gates to the National Mall. Crowds have been waiting since around 2 a.m. this morning. This is time-stamped 6:35. They're obviously an hour ahead of us. This was 30 minutes ago. He tweeted a couple minutes ago and also posted an update saying they're still not open, but Secret Service says there are no problems. We've got a live look at the Capitol right now. As you can see, the sun's starting to come up. We've seen some movement on the stage this morning and also some police lights flashing, so still setting up over there. We've got a look at our schedule as well, so if you're trying to watch today, here's what you need to know. This morning, President-elect Trump, along with Vice President-elect Mike Pence and their families, are expected to attend church. Around 8:45 Central Time, the Trumps will arrive at the White House and privately meet with the Obamas. Then at 9:30, the motorcade is going to leave the White House and head to the Capitol. The swearing-in ceremony begins around 10, with Trump's inaugural address to come around 11. After that, the parade kicks off at 2, with the inaugural ball starting around 6. Be sure to stick with Channel 7 throughout the day. Coming up at 6:30, I'm going to have details from the Fayetteville High School students about their hopes, fears, and expectations for the Trump presidency. Back to you.
Elizabeth, thank you. And that brings us to our question of the day. If you are planning to watch the inaugural events, which one are you most excited about seeing? The swearing in, the president's speech, the parade, or tonight's inaugural balls? Head over to our KATV Facebook or Twitter page at KATV right now to vote, and we'll check those results coming up later on Daybreak.
President-elect Trump has released his list of additional White House staff that will join him as the administration moves in today. Among those is Arkansas native Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Sanders, who is the daughter of former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee, was appointed to Deputy Assistant to the President and Principal Deputy Press Secretary. Stick with Channel 7 for continued coverage of President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration throughout the day.
Well, still to come on Daybreak, Jacksonville police investigating a homicide right now.
3 suspects on the loose, how police are describing them, and what they're reportedly driving. That's at 6:17.
And coming up, while we're looking forward to some dry weather today, the latest on possible severe storms coming this weekend. The latest from the Storm Prediction Center and what time that could happen after this.